Yes, well, one thing that's not happening in UK is we're not protecting our own children. On Monday, we raised the question of the Children's Commissioner, who seemed to be possibly asking some appropriate questions to do with what was happening with COVID and school children. But I'm really delighted to say this is the thing which caught our attention this morning. We know now that parents are starting to ask the right questions. So this was circulating on social media. The handle is Spotted Painton. Has anyone else had a letter from their child's school saying that from September, if any child shows symptoms of COVID-19, they will be tested at school, and then if positive, they can be taken off to a secure place without their parents. This is very worrying, and I am thinking of homeschooling my children because of this. There's more to this than meets the eye. There's a section on the web in the COVID-19 legislation stating this as well, so it's 100% true. Speak to your children's school. Now, I'm going to say this is really excellent because parents are starting to realise that their children are at risk from the COVID regulations. If you don't know what's happening at school, you really need to. And we've also had this email in. Well, basically what it's saying is, I've taken these figures on face value. We have not done a direct check on the figures, so they may be out, but we're taking the point of the email. It says there are 8.89 million in schools in England in 2020. That's a lot of COVID tests. As we know, lots of tests means lots of cases, and lots of cases means lots of lockdown and lots more tracing and more testing. Somebody really seeing through this really horrific British government policy. And it goes on to say this: what better way to boost the test and trace system than using schools for the following reasons? The school environment and structure is already predicated upon giving orders and obeying orders, an ideal controlled setting. 2, it's a public space, i.e. not a home, often with fences and surveillance technologies installed. In some schools, this now includes facial recognition, Bluetooth wristbands, thermal imaging cameras. Children will naturally be easier to control. Parents are not present, no choice because of the work. 1 in 7 people of the total 66 million in the UK will be at school. So we are now seeing people finally starting to react to this immensely dangerous lockdown policy of Boris Johnson's Conservative government. And of course, people realizing that the children are most at risk because the new normal future means that your children are going to suffer most if you as a parent allow it to happen. It's